So this FoodSaver decided to just die on me. I would put it to on and press the button, and nothing was happening, like it wasn't plugged in. So anyway, I repaired this FoodSaver using these tools here. We got a screwdriver, some cutters. You don't necessarily need the cutters, but whatever. Some needle nose pliers and 18 gauge mechanics wire. Though I think that you could use, you know, tie wrap or rubber band, or you could double up or triple up some twist ties. It's a pretty easy repair, and fundamentally all it is this tiny little busted piece of plastic. That's it there. That was the problem. So let's take this puppy apart. You could first start by flipping it over here. Make sure it's unplugged, of course, which this one is. And then you've got 6 screws to take out. There's one behind here. There's one behind here, one behind here. There's one down in here. And then there's 3, 1, 2, 3 here on the back. And you take it apart and just be gentle taking this back part off. Comes off pretty easy, but you know, it's cheap plastic. So be careful taking it off. Performing surgery here on the FoodSaver, which capitulated on me. So I was figuring out, you know, this thing stopped working, and I quickly discovered what it was. This tiny little piece of plastic, like look how small that thing is the retainer for this switch, and that piece of plastic goes right there across there to hold this unit in place when you activate the side switch. So what's happening is the switch isn't working, it's just popping up instead of going that direction to engage the switch. So what it should be doing is it should be doing this. Here, let me get this here, my finger in here, and it should be doing this. It's kind of like a safety switch in there, but instead this switch is coming up and it's not moving that direction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little piece of wire around this post, over top of this, around this post back here. There's a little post back in there, and hopefully the wire will hold this down, because that's all it needs, and then the switch will engage. So let's see if this works. So what I've done here is, using a piece of mechanics wire, I've fashioned a little hook, and I'm going to put it around this thing in here. You just sort of scoop it around in there. There you go, and you sort of get the wire in that position there, and then we'll fold it over and connect it to the other one. So that's the repair there, and essentially I've wrapped a mechanics wire using a pair of pliers like this. I've wrapped the mechanics wire around this little post, brought it over top the pin, and I put it around this post here. It was a little easier. But because this wire is so stiff, it allows downward pressure on this tiny little piece. So when we move the lever, we see that, when we move the lever, we see that the switch engages. See that little switch there, this one here? That's all that's required. Very little bit of movement, but the wire holds it in place. $150 FoodSaver that doesn't work because of this crappy little piece of plastic that broke. And that, I'm sure, has happened to a lot of other people when your FoodSaver suddenly doesn't work at all. So I put the back on it, and now we'll plug her back in here and hit the on button and hit this. Oh, see, we got power. We didn't even have that before. And hit this. There you go. She works. So it just like costs you like nothing and just a little bit of time. And I am sure there are buttloads and buttloads of people out there that have this same problem for this stupid little piece of plastic that broke. So I hope this helps. Painter, back to YouTube. Good luck.